we're here in a supermarket car park today, and we're going to be seeing how one of the supermarket cafes' breakfasts fares up with your local posh cafes and greasy spoons. We're going to be trying out Morrisons. Let's go. Is this the best supermarket cafe breakfast you can get, or just another overpriced fry-up? At £8.50 plus 75p for a slice of toast, no drink included, the Morrisons Ultimate Breakfast has a lot to prove. Let's break it down and find out if it's worth your money in part 1 of our supermarket sweep. There we go. Thank you very much. Cheers. So here it is, Morrisons Ultimate Breakfast in all its glory. First impressions, it's a solid looking plate. I've got to mention the presentation, eggs, mushrooms and bacon are all swimming in the beans, which isn't ideal. It's one of my pet hates, really. If the beans were kept separate, then they could have easily fit a slice of bread on the plate and not had everything swimming in the beans. So overall presentation, scores 8 out of 10. Let's get straight on to scoring the individual items then. Starting with the bacon. We've got a couple of nice thick slices here, cooked medium, a little crisp to the fat around the edges. Overall, very tasty without being overly salty. A really good effort on the bacon. We're giving it a 9 out of 10. Now we're heading over to this big thick slice of fried bread we've got here on the plate with the toast. Like I say, it's thick, it's soft, best eaten whilst hot. Once it cools, it does get a bit oily in taste, but still a decent addition. And the first time we're seeing it in one of our videos, it is something we consider a staple of a full English breakfast, and this one scores 8 out of 10. Let's discuss the beans now then. So, as we mentioned earlier, beans could have done with being separate. We've ended up with other items swimming in the beans. It's one of my pet hates. It's not ideal. But anyhow, there's plenty of the beans. Good amount of juice for mopping up with the toast and the fried bread. But taste-wise, not very exciting. Not much taste to them. We're scoring these 5 out of 10, I'm afraid. Moving on to the mushrooms now, which finally see the light once we've got rid of some of those beans surrounding them. We've got a generous portion, need a little bit of seasoning, quick shake of pepper that we put on before we started has done the trick. Pretty much a standard portion of mushrooms really, 7 out of 10. Next up on the list, it's the sausage. So we get a generous portion of 3 sausages on this dish. They have the appearance of your standard catering sausage, but we're not entirely sure about that. They could be sourced from the store themselves, being one of their own products. Whilst they may not be the best looking sausage, they're well cooked, they're juicy, full of flavour, really quite tasty. Not bad, 7 out of 10, which is very respectable. Now on to our 2 quite thick pieces of black pudding here. Cutting into them, soft, it's crumbly in the middle. Maybe slightly overcooked, heading towards being too dry. Overall, really tasty. Not bad at all. We're going to give these another very respectable score of 7 out of 10. Let's have a look at the hash browns now. And unfortunately, this is where things go a bit wrong. They did look decent, but they're missing that crispy outer. They're soft on both the inside and the outside. Quite mushy. Lacking in taste as well. Don't know what has happened to these. We were the first customer in the cafe, so maybe they'd been left overnight from the previous day. I don't know, but something went seriously wrong with these hash browns. They're getting a 3 out of 10. Can't score them any higher than that. Let's flip that around now as we move on to the eggs, and this is where Morrisons really redeems itself. Absolutely perfectly cooked. The whites are soft. Nothing under or overdone, not greasy or swimming in fat or oil. A beautifully basted egg with a soft golden yolk. Can't fault it. 10 out of 10. Perfect for dipping that toast and fried bread in. Absolutely gorgeous they were. Moving on to our final breakfast item today, we have the toast. A thick, fresh slice, well buttered, not overdone, simple but spot on. We're giving this one a 9 out of 10. It was, quite frankly, one of the best we've had so far. Now to discuss the value for money. It's a great price, very affordable, but I do have to knock a point off here because I expected better hash browns and for toast to be included in the price, really. That said, it's still a really good value, 9 out of 10. So did you spot today's missing item? No, neither did we until we're actually editing this video. Something we don't fully appreciate on a breakfast anyway. It's not one of my favourite things. It was the tomato. And because it's not one of my favourite items, it didn't take anything away from my enjoyment of this breakfast. I am loath to dock a point, but in the terms of fairness, I do have to take that point away, unfortunately. So after throwing all those scores into the number cruncher, this breakfast scores 81 out of a possible 110 points, giving it a final Breakfast Club score of 73.6%, which puts it firmly in the top bracket of a good rating. So if you're doing your shopping and fancy a bite to eat, Morrisons Ultimate Breakfast is well worth a try. By all means, tell us what you think in the comments. Did you like this one? Is it something you'd try yourself, or would you give it a miss? And don't forget to like, share and subscribe. So that was Morrison's breakfast. It was freezing in that cafe. We had to eat quite quickly because the food was getting cold. Very quick. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye for now.